Hey, what is up, YouTube? In this video, I'm going to be doing my review of the Vaxee Xe. Sorry I haven't done any reviews in a while, but it's been kind of hard with life and the mouse market being kind of stagnant, like school and work and whatnot. But this mouse caught my eye, and I wanted to make a review on it because it's really a great mouse, but there's just a few things that are holding it back. I mean, obviously it's not wireless, but I'll talk about that later in the video. So let me get right into the review. I'm gonna skip over a lot of the tangibles like build quality and stuff because I mean it's pointless to talk about when you talk about a Vaxee mouse. These mice are so stringently quality controlled that there's just nothing to talk about in terms of build quality. This thing is perfect. So yeah, what do I really like about this mouse? The coating, number one. This is just actually a standout. Like the coating is just something that is really really good. I wouldn't say that it's quite endgame gear level, but it is up there, and it doesn't leave grease at all, which is really impressive. I don't know how they managed to do this coating, but it is extremely good. Too many mouse manufacturers skimp on their coatings, like fucking Razer, Fanatic. They just don't put coatings on their mouse at all, and it doesn't make any sense. Um, and Vaxee's out here putting god tier coatings on their mice, so you know, coating is really good on the XE. The clicks are also just superb. I mean, Vaxee clicks, right? There's really nothing to say. They're using Quano blue dots, I think. Um, I'm not 100% sure, but the clicks are extremely good. They are light, snappy, insert whatever fucking adjective you want for a mouse click, and you basically get it in this mouse. Um, what do I not really like about the tangibles? Mostly the scroll wheel click is a little bit tough to press. It's not bad. It could be lighter. And the scroll wheel itself is it's pretty cheap, honestly. It reminds me of Razer scroll wheels for some reason. It's a little bit lighter than those, but it is they removed the plastic tactile thingy that they normally use, I think, and they just have the stock encoder or whatnot, and it just leads to kind of a mushy scroll experience. It's not great. I mean, it's still tactile, don't get me wrong, but it is nothing like a refined super light scroll wheel, which feels really really great. And also the feet. The feet on this mouse are kind of scratchy. Honestly, if you've used a super light, these feel kind of similar. Not gonna lie, they're a bit on the faster side though, compared to the Tiger Ice on my S2. They're definitely on the faster side, but yeah, I mean these feet are fine. They do the job. They're just a little bit scratchy, so consider aftermarket options if you get this mouse. Uh, yeah, so let me talk about the shape. And as I probably alluded to already, the shape is just a straight hybrid of the Superlight and the S2. You get the front of the S2 and the back flare of the S2, and then you merge that into the FK, like the smooth FK lines of the Superlight. So basically, you have a middle hump. It's very gradual, the slope to the back, and this back flare makes it so that you have a lot of palm contact. And I have to be honest, the shape is just really good. There's not much to say about it. It feels super comfortable, especially if you are a person that grips like this with their ring and pinky finger on the top ledge of the mouse. This is probably one of the best shapes I have tried for that grip. I highly recommend picking up this mouse if you do that grip. It feels better than the Superlight, for example, in my opinion. But overall, this mouse, just the smooth lines, the smooth curves, and mixing these two fundamentally great shapes, it does a really great job. And this mouse is just super comfortable. I wouldn't say it is I wouldn't say I'm breaking high scores or anything like that. I'm playing about as I normally do. It's just this mouse just feels great to use. My one gripe might be that it's an FK, right? So for my particular grip, it's just a little bit unwieldy in terms of how long it is, but that's just me. I think the shape is really good, so definitely the highlight of this mouse in my opinion. So to conclude, the Vaxee Xe has a great shape, great build quality, has a couple of small minor issues in terms of the scroll wheel and the feet, but let me address the elephant in the room, which is the fact that this is a wired mouse in 2022. Um, in my opinion, if you're going to be buying this mouse, you're probably also going to be buying a lethal cable because let's face it, this is $25. It's so easy to attach to the mouse, and it basically makes the mouse wireless. But the problem is like for that extra $25, the mouse is already almost $90 shipped from Vaxee in the U.S. You add on another $25 plus shipping, like $30 for a lethal cable, and all of a sudden you're paying super light prices for a wired mouse. Um, with that being said, I would personally probably, I prefer using the Vaxee with a wire over the super light wireless. But that's just because I like the shape and the coating, and I don't care about the wire. But I know a lot of people that just will never consider this mouse because it is wired. And the weight is also nothing competitive. It is 67 grams, which by no means is bad, actually. I really like this weight for tack shooters. 67 to 69 grams, really good for tack shooters. 60 grams gets a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, and below that, it's exceptionally uncomfortable sometimes. But the weight is quite good, but it's not as good as it could be. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. If you are a Vaxee fan and you like what they do, and you are interested in a symmetrical shape, this is just a great option. I can highly recommend it, but it does feel a little bit weird in the latter half of 2022 to have a wired mouse be released. So hopefully Vaxee does come out with a wireless version very soon, and I look forward to reviewing that one or just picking it up. But yeah, if you enjoyed my review, if you have any comments, questions, I'd be happy to answer them in the comment section. So yeah, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe, and see you in the next.